Welcome back to Beyond the Summit, the WPC East 2014, the World Esports Professional Classic. Game number 3 of the night. Orenda, a brand new, relatively unknown team going up against CIS, a newer team themselves, although they have played a couple matches. Black, the player from the West, going to be playing for that team. I'm What Is Hip. With me here tonight at the lovely hour of 5:30 in the morning is Kyle Guy. What's up, buddy?
Prime, early, and ready to go. Greg, thank you very much for having me. I'm excited about this one. I'm a big fan of Black, so I'm happy I finally get the opportunity to cast a game. So we'll hope that him and his apparently Bumblebee water bottle will carry him through this victory against a relatively unknown team that is, pulled together of what I would say, or what they have said, quote, Asian pub stars. So we're not too sure on their gameplay style, whether it's aggressive, if they like to prolong the game, if they, how they like to play. So we're all going to learn together here.
Yeah, we don't know anything about this team, but we'll find out at the same time as you guys. But interesting, I want to note here that Black's actually the drafter for CIS, and there was some speculation on how the communication would work for CIS, but apparently Black is the drafter, so that's
we're seeing it right now, Greg.
Yeah.
Live action of him trying to pull out the communication skill, discussing with his team what would be the best possible bans and pickups right here after probably picking up the first pick Batrider, which, as we've seen every game so far, is just such a dominant, heavy use earlier from ROTK, just a great initiator, and I'm sure CIS are very happy to grab him, but they do sacrifice the Lycanthrope and the Nature's Prophet, who were banned through the whole last series, so now we get to see them in action.
Yeah, that's a pretty serious couple first set of picks there from Orenda. It really tells us a lot about what they're going to be doing in this game. I mean, you don't pick up a Lycan and a Nature's Prophet without the intent of ratting it out, pushing down towers, and avoiding team fights for the most part. It's possible that the Nature's Prophet will be the primary rat, and Lycan will just push with the team. I think that's a good chance of what's going to happen here. But these first two picks definitely give us a lot of insight into how this team's going to work.
Yeah, can't help but notice that Orenda seemed very eager to get in this one, very anxious, even hopping up and down in their chairs, ready to go, just very eager. I'm very curious how they're going to perform. I'm sure that they have a bit of a challenge ahead of themselves. The very veteran skilled Black on their team, and the rest of his squad have been around and working a lot of these matches, so they feel a little more confident, have a little more experience under the belt. So we'll see if these underdogs can pull it through. It's surprising to note, Greg, that Orenda have a 28% advantage in this one. A lot of people actually counting them in, and CIS at 72%. So still the favorites for everyone in their delicious and sweet rares and keys.
Yeah, you gotta get those value bets in there, I think. And wow, look at that hero win rate. Lycanthrope, 65%. That is that's actually ridiculous.
And he's got to be like 100%. Yeah, he's got to be like 100% pick or ban too. Like you'll never,
it's
especially on the eastern side, you'll never see him make his way through the whole draft. And a lot of familiar faces in this early part of the draft. Even on the Eastern scene, they love their Shadow Shaman. I was watching the first day of the WPC, and they were talking about it a bit more. But, man, the Eastern scene love this Shadow Shaman. He has a really high win rate. I can't remember what it is. I believe it's like 62% since 6.8. It's absolutely absurd. Such a strong pushing dominant force with the wards and plus the additional lockdown. Throw a blink on him, and you got a great initiator. So it's all good and gravy, but once again, he will be banned out and not yet to make an appearance in the WPC this evening.
Well, on the other side of things, our bans for this time around: Nyx Assassin, the Viper, Storm Spirit, as well as the Sand King. And Orenda have picked themselves up an Ember Spirit, a hero that, it kind of depends at what part of the draft, but, normally we have been seeing him get banned out, but he'll be around this time around. In CIS, actually picked themselves up a Lich, and wow, Orenda getting a Darkseer. Definitely heroes we have not seen a lot lately.
Yeah, you lead the front with an Ember Spirit, which is, ironically enough, picked up by a lot of pub stars, and maybe if they want to roll with the multi-battle Fury. I'm really curious to see how on the Eastern scene, how they do their Ember Spirit. So we've seen all sorts of ways, Fear doing the side lane, Sing Sing in the middle, so we'll kind of see what they decide to do with that. Lich is someone we saw at the initial forefront of 6.8. A lot of people were taking advantage of his new buffs to sacrifice and having early lane control, whether it be help out your mid laner or just kind of assert yourself in the lane. And then finally a Darkseer, a bit of a throwback to old TI3 days. A great, team wombo combo get up if they have the opportunity, but not yet a lot of synergy to work with, for the rest of their draft. So it's very intriguing, but regardless, Darkseer's a great offlaner if they decide to put him down there.
Something I'm thinking about right now, if you get 2 Battle Furies on an Ember Spirit and then you vacuum the other team, that's going to be pretty unpleasant, to say the least. And CIS grabbed themselves a Lion as well, and it looks like they're just not really counting on much pressure in this bottom lane. I think this Lifestealer is going to be able to pretty much do whatever he wants in the earlier parts of this game. Orenda do have a decision, though. I mean, they've got the Darkseer, and they also have the Nature's Prophet. So one of these heroes is going to have to be, I presume, some sort of jungler. Whether that's the Darkseer, used to be a lot more common. We don't really see that nowadays. We don't really see Darkseer at all anymore, actually, and or the Nature's Prophet. But I wonder how Orenda are going to lane this. Right now, our drafting screen buddy has the Darkseer up in the top lane.
Yeah, I don't know about that,
I agree with that one, but
I would feel that they definitely picked up the Darkseer to throw in the off lane, because even if it seems that Lifestealer is going to get his free farm, an Ion Shell could definitely make things tricky on the last hits, even just a little bit of harassment. He's your best bet, I would say, on thwarting the Lifestealer from getting easy farm. And Black is someone who thrives on hitting creeps. Oh, yeah. This man is a PvE master.
Black is a master of the hitting of the creeps, man. He is one of the only carries that I would describe as a farmer, not as a carry player. Black is a farmer. He loves hitting creeps. But one more hero to round it all out, and it's going to be a Morphling for CIS. Huh.
All right. Another throwback. Let's just keep the throwbacks coming right here. Morphling can definitely work and make things happen in the long run, but this is a hero, once again, that requires multiple items to get online. You got to get that Lincoln Sphere, and then you opt from there if you want to go with that Manta, if you want to go with that shotgun gun and get up. We'll see what they decide to do. But as we go into the game, we're already seeing a bit of aggression here, Greg.
Oh, yeah. Both teams moving right towards the Radiant Jungle. Black going to be on the Morphling, so that's our hard farmer. It looks like he's going to be solo, perhaps, with a tri-lane top. I don't know. We've got some weird stuff going on, but there are a lot of heroes congregating here. 5 heroes for Orenda. Black needs to be careful, and they're going to go on Inflame, and it looks like he is going to go down here. Very easy first blood for 290 on Orenda. So, the new guys on the block, you get the first blood. They also put down a really aggressive lane ward while they're down here.
Oh, very nice, man. I mean, Orenda, we don't know much about him, but we do know this. They like to get aggressive early. Nice pick off on the Batrider, make it work, and I would believe that Black opted to pick up the Morphling and go in the bottom lane, figuring he'd be going against a Darkseer. That way, if he had the range to avoid the Ion Shell, but now it looks like he might be facing
no idea
instead,
what's happening here.
Most of the team in the jungle right now. So he's like, I know I'm pretty good at farming creeps, but you don't have to put on this much.
Yeah, everyone just calm down. I'm just trying to hit creeps. There are 4 heroes here in the bottom lane. Orenda, they've got something in their pocket. They're going to
quad
go for
lane meta.
Pickup.
Here we go. That quad lane. Here we go.
Now they go through. They make their own tunnel. They're going to go on Black now. He doesn't have Wayne for him. He's going to move through, and that might keep him safe for now. Orenda not quite able to string together the CC to keep him down, but they're just cutting the lane here with 4
This
heroes.
is a quad lane right now. What are we seeing? This is truly what Asian Pub Star Dota is all about, apparently.
Oh
I was like, I don't know what the hell's happening. I gotta stay in the trees, apparently, though.
Well, I guess he's gonna die. There's an Earth Spike, but what the hell is this? This is actually a quad lane. Well, first time for everything, I guess.
Are they going to commit to staying this? So they're like, okay, we got a couple of kills, now we can finally rotate a while. I mean, Darkseer's... Well, no, he's still hanging
mid lane, in flame. He's going to... Oh, it's going to be really close. Is he going to go down here? Yes, he is.
Orenda! Who are these guys, Greg?
Fire.
Who are these guys with their quad lane and their mid lane pickoff? What the hell's happening? The chat's even going crazy right now.
They're going to just kill a tower right now. What is going on?
This is, I mean, these are severe back pocket strats coming out. That's even has Black questioning and scratching his head like, what is this?
Black
Who are
has
these
0
guys?
assets right now. How do you think he feels about that? He is 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and a tower goes down for Orenda.
That is a 1 minute and 45-second tower in favor of Orenda Gaming, riding off the back of a quad lane on the bottom lane.
I don't even know what to say about this. June is farming in the top lane, but now everyone else is coming down bottom.
I mean, is this where we give up the quad lane? I mean, yeah, Lifestealer's getting his free farm, and he's like, whoa, 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 is there going to be a late game for me to get into at this rate right now?
Are they just going to keep killing my towers? Like, they have the aura for the Vengeance aura for the Vengeful Spirit, and then they have Howl plus the Trance and the Wolves. They can push the lane really easily. Are they just going to go around and mow down tier 1s? I have no idea what's happening.
We're so flabbergasted. We didn't even do the introductions or anything. Things just got off.
I guess we should. That's just not happening this game. I don't know what's.
It is not. We don't know who these people are, anyways. But apparently, they got their own kind of Dota going for them.
Yeah, apparently, Jesus. Well, you know, I was saying that they weren't counting on a lot of pressure in this bottom lane, and there's 4 heroes here, and it shows. I mean, Black has somehow managed to hit a couple of creeps here, but Lich at these early levels does nothing. Lion is not very good. Just because his spells cost a good amount of mana.
They're going for another tower, Greg. They have all the summons out. The whole, look at this parade of creeps just whacking at the tower, and they don't have much to defend it. They can't do anything about it right now. And,
what are they supposed to do?
We can't pull away the other lanes. They need to farm up. We need to get Bat Rider to level 6 and get a blink. We need Lifestealer to farm. We can't rotate. We might just have to sacrifice some of these towers so that we can pull out in the late game.
Alright, well now finally the Nature's Prophet is going to rotate up to the top lane. But, like, what do you even say about this? They've committed a quad lane, so let's think about what this actually does for them. Well, as a result, all their heroes are level 2. So this is a problem. So they need to get a couple pickoffs to regain some levels here. As they're pretty decently behind here. If they take one decent engagement, then they'll be caught up on levels. But, I mean...
Mission accomplished, though.
They have a gold lead, and they've killed a couple... I mean, I guess, yeah. I don't really know what their mission is. It's kind of hard to tell when they're quad laning.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they're like, maybe we can sneak in some kills early. That'd be great. You know, definitely, though, we want to take down that tier 1 tower. You know, we have all this extra summon power of the Wolves and the Treants. We're clearly going for this push strat. Let's get an early tower. Let's bring in the income, because we're not going to have a lot of it with the CS on these lanes we're rolling out. So we need to get it from somewhere, and that will be from the towers. But... you know, when do we fall on the next game plan where we abandon this quad lane and kind of, you know, even the spread throughout the whole map? And it looks like this might be the time. I mean, Lycan very far forward, knows he's not going to be threatened by much, so just kind of contending mano y mano against Black here. Yeah,
and it looks like they're just going to settle down with this Lycan farming up, and I'm going to be interested to see what this Darkseer's role is as we move forward. He gets the Surge off before the Hex, so he's going to be okay. That was a little close, though.
Fox, I'm getting attacked!
Well,
sorry, that was a shout to Star Fox Floppy.
I got it. I'm there. The good news is there's a Lifestealer farming that has... I think he's only missed, like 1 creep or something. He has not missed very many creeps. Now they're moving forward on the mid lane. In plan, there's 5. What? There's 5 heroes here.
That's a whole lot of fuck happening right now, Greg. Like they're looking to go now and get this tier 1 tower, and it's gonna fall. It's already going down. It's done.
I mean, this is insane, dude. This, you know, we called them pub stars, and this certainly looks like a pub star.
This
strategy.
is like when you get 4
this
of
is
your
like
friends,
an NEL game,
and you're like, yeah,
Jesus.
Let's just have fun with this strat and like roll it out. And you know, some people are saying these are actually ex-professional players. Obviously, we're not too aware of the Asian gaming scene too much, but the information we're given is that they are a group of Asian, quote, pub star players coming together in their first real competitive, you know, match. And so far, they're showing a bit of promise. 4-0, couple of towers, and then easy Roche. I was going to talk about this earlier, but the action's been continuing. They have the power to take a Roche early, but they know this is happening.
Badly for Orenda, it looks like they're completely aware that they've been spotted. Alright, well, they don't get caught. Orenda's leading 4 kills to 0. They've taken 2 towers. There's a free farming Lifestealer, which is an issue. But Ember actually has more net worth than him.
Yeah, I mean, you could put that to definitely the, you know, I would assume the towers and the early kills, of course. I mean, this is all good and fun. It can definitely shut down, you know, certain kind of games really early and really, you know, pay dividends to the morale now coming up from CIS. But if they just hold strong and, you know, prolong the game a bit, they still have a lot of promise down the road. So it's just a matter of weathering this early storm that Orenda are putting on them.
Yeah, and we'll see how it works out. I mean, honestly, I'm really interested to see what happens in 10 minutes in this game. Like, is the Lifestealer going to be farmed enough that he can just, like, kill the whole team? They check Roshan. Dude, CIS also just have no idea what's going on right now. There's a Lifestealer checking Roche. Now there's 2 heroes top. They're rotating over the Lifestealer, but they actually need to be fairly careful here. Is he going to go for it? Flame Guard goes off. There's the chains. Sleight of Fist as well. 1-1-4 build for the Ember Spirit, so he's going for the full Flame Guard build.
And the Nature's Prophet going for the full Treon build. They are definitely going for early push tactics happening right now as they pester away at this top tier 1 tower. Not the whole Orenda team committing this time around. They have actually a...
They don't even need it now with Howl, though.
Yeah, with Howl and the help of the creeps and everything. They're putting out some really strong damage, and it's forcing a lot of CIS to make the rotation up, and now Lifestealer is not finding the farm he once had before. Now he's actually having to share it with everyone and just going on more of a defense.
Yeah, and... this Darkseer's had a really weird role. He's kind of just like wandered around and incidentally pushed the lanes up. But with all this tower gold, no, they denied the tower. That's fairly annoying for Orenda. But with all this tower gold, he almost has a mechanism already. And now they're moving in on black. ZYF is just right-clicking him down. There is a replicant for black available. There it goes. He's out of here. And this golden Roshan for Orenda, so you know they're serious pub stars. I'm calling it now.
Golden Roshan.
Golden
nice.
Roshan.
Flaunt that money out there a little bit right now, them esports Dallas. But yeah, I'm sure just CIS are
flabbergasted
still
right now. I don't know what's happening.
I'm sure the people who are the most flabbergasted, I'm sure, are CIS. They're just like, this is interesting. This is something we haven't really gone against before. There's the Howl. It goes out. They're making a push on Roche now. I know CIS once again are aware this is happening as they don't see any of Orenda really on the map, so now they have to commit to trying to scout it out. You know, Batrider is now level 6. No Blink Dagger yet available for him. Still got a little ways to go on that one. So it's, you know, all these rotations over to try to figure out what the heck Orenda's doing is definitely sacrificing a lot of farm to do so. I mean, Batrider typically by now would hopefully get the Blink Dagger going, but now he's forced to kind of come over and prevent them from getting the easy Roche.
Yeah, man, this is very bizarre. And they aren't giving away this Roche for free. I mean, CIS are continuing to just cut in here, and I saw someone in the chat saying that mics were cutting in Dota TV. Apologies for that, guys. The Perfect World servers are less than perfect, we'll say that. So if you guys notice some lag in game or mic lag in game, there's nothing we can do about that. Everything is fine on our end. So apologies, but hopefully you guys are enjoying the stream. And there's an Aegis on the ground right now. Darkseer's pinging it. He's like, guys. Somebody,
guys, you know, we're even too unorthodox for ourselves. We don't even know how we're playing this game. Luffy finally grabs it up for himself.
Wow.
Did he grab it? No. Yeah, he did.
Yeah, Luffy grabbed it. And now they just get a Vlad's and a mech at the same time. This is 2 huge pickups for them to continue pushing the towers. It gives them a ton of armor. It gives them a lot of heal with, obviously, the mechanism. There's no AA in this game to cancel it with the Ice Blast, and I think pretty soon here we're going to see Orenda put the gas back on and start taking tier 2s.
I'm actually more curious now. It's a shame it's slipping my mind to like think back to the draft and see what kind of bans Orenda threw out there. Were they planning this from the start? You know, Ember, meanwhile, bottom lane, putting a little harassment on Black, but I'm curious if this is something they knew way ahead of time that they wanted to roll out. They wanted to play this aggressive. They wanted to do the quad lane. They wanted to do the push, or maybe if they're like, if we go hold that Lycan early, this is something we definitely want to roll with. I mean, it's very convenient for them to get a hold of both the Lycan and the Nature's Prophet early. I mean, typically both those heroes are very prominently banned out, especially on the Eastern scene. But Orenda, given the opportunity to have them both, just pull out these crazy tactics, and for now it's working in their favor.
Yep, and taking a quick look at the hero levels, it looks like Orenda have recovered a bit with the early disadvantage they had in terms of levels. They're farming a bit more efficiently. They still are a little behind, but honestly, with what they were doing, you have to just completely expect that because you're splitting XP. Gold, they are leading very expectedly, and XP, they're losing also very expectedly. So everything pretty normal to what you expect. Black now darting away, and there's a TP coming in, and tier 2 tower goes down like I was talking about. Now Luffy, he is trying to chase down anyone he can get his hands on. And there's a nice swap. Wow, that was an insane swap forward to get in range for Magic Missile. Can they take down June? Luffy just trying to right-click him down, use that Aegis. A Lich ulti's going to come in, not doing too much, mostly bouncing on the creeps. Now Luffy still hammering away. Inflame pulls back the Nature's Prophet and gets one. Down goes the Aegis, 290. Still pushing up the hill. And now with the Lycan back up, what are they going to do? So they lose 2 heroes, but they get another tower, and I think that's just kind of how this is going to go. Like, they're just going to push in at the cost of heroes and get pickoffs when they can.
No, absolutely. I mean, they definitely know they need to try to end this game quickly. I'm sure they're well aware of how good Black is at farming up and really being a late game dominant. So the best way to nip that in the bud is just push down all the towers and try to hit them where it hurts early. So they're definitely doing a good job of that so far, but they did lose a couple of heroes in exchange. Batrider got a little bit of gold. He's only 50 away now from picking up that precious Blink Dagger for himself, and as you can see, he already did nice work with the help of the lasso, but this Orenda team is a team who likes to cluster up very, very significantly. So Batrider's going to have a bit of a hard time trying to find, you know, the right person to grab. They're making a grab in mid lane. 290 gets caught out with the Hex. Ember Spirit, though, is happy to take the damage and content on staying around.
Man, we just saw a team pushing up the high ground at 12 minutes. This is when the first blood was in our first game of the night. And now we've converted to quad lanes with people pushing up Raxes at 12 minutes. Well, this is certainly an unorthodox team, and this is Orenda's first official outing. So we're really getting a look into this team and seeing how they're going to perform. And so far, I mean, they've got a very unorthodox strategy for game number 1. I wonder what they're going to do in game number 2.
I'm sure they'll probably pull out some sort of crazy bipolar tactics and play a very delayed game that they want to push into the late run to kind of really throw CIS off, but that's just my guess. But meanwhile, Smoke flies out here. The Batrider bomb, apparently, as they get him all infested up. Looking ahead to the high heel. Inflame jumps, catches the lasso on. Wow, Luffy ripped apart. Luffy the Lycan. Right back to the fountain you go as we get a quick pickoff, and they actually catch it. I was talking about them being clustered up, but they do find the opportunity to grab the big bad wolf.
And you know, this Orenda, their tactics are cute, but they really need to get moving now. Like, they've lost a lot just from the way they've been playing it, and I think their heroes don't scale nearly as well. I mean, pretty soon the Lifestealer is going to start being able to chunk them down in team fights. The Lasso is setting up some really nice team fights for CIS, as well as the Lich ulti, although the last fight Lich ulti was not very good. And then we've got Black, who's just farming away. Does not have too much yet. Although, he somehow has accumulated 80 CS.
That's Black for you, Greg.
Yeah, that's Black DOTA.
Classic Black. Just, I love these creeps, and I'll find a way to get him. But
top
meanwhile,
lane,
top lane, nice swap. They pull him back. Yep. They're going to try to catch him on the sidelines, but Lich throws out a decent ultimate, trying to bounce forth. It does work in his favor as it continues down, well past the tower. But Luffy wants blood, trying to take out the Lion right now, and gets him. And meanwhile, back in behind the tower here, it looks like Ember doing a little bit of harassment with the fist. Life's still going to get shoot away with the help of the wolves, so only one ends up falling, but it does go for Orenda.
Yeah, man, now they're just going to continue putting pressure on this tower. Oh, but the open wounds comes out for ZYF. They're trying to get him out of here. They're not able to evacuate. And in come more TPs. Luffy. June is very low. Looks like he is going to make it out, though. And Inflame, he's looking for Leonilli. Is he going to get him? He does have the Blink Dagger. I expect Leonilli going to go down here, but Black was able to bring down the Lycan. Down goes the Venge, so Orenda falling left and right, not able to secure the tier 2 tower.
I don't know, man. I'm starting to get like a foreshadowing of this is what separates the pub stars from the true veterans, keeping their composure of this very unorthodox early strategy coming out. I think Orenda are going to have to move on to plan B now.
Yeah, and plan B is not a bad plan. It's Rat, and we'll see if it works out for them. But now we see the net worth starting to come back into balance, as there's just been some time for these CIS players to really farm up and really start hitting down those creeps, bringing the gold advantage, starting to curve back up, and they haven't even taken down any towers for themselves. So I think Orenda are going to be relying on now big team fights that get set up by Darkseer, and then moving forward after that, just ratting with the Lycan with the Nature's Prophet, and 290 is going for a Battle Fury. And you know, when you pick a Darkseer like this is definitely the strategy. Well, 290 needs to be a bit careful here. There's the Fist. He does have tons of mana for the Spirit to get out of here, and it looks like Orenda are forming in mid lane. Meanwhile, CIS have taken down a top tower of their own.
Yeah, but I think their eyes are set on this tier 2 tower. Interesting enough, I was going to note before, Black actually going straight for the Ghost Scepter. Looks like he's going to go straight for the shotgun. No Lincolns for himself. Swap back right now, but they don't quite get it. I think that was a creep swap.
That was a replicant.
Oh, a replicant swap. Oh, okay.
And those replicants are really tanky, so sometimes you can accidentally use way too much on them.
Yeah. Understandable, but you know what? Another tower down for Orenda. And I think CIS have accepted the fact that they're just going to lose all their outer towers, and then when they have to get to the Battle of the Big Hill, or getting into the base, they'll look to hold strong. But the longer this game goes, the more happy they're going to be.
Yep, and looks like June's going to be going for Sanj and Yasha, just the combat build for the Lifestealer. Man, this is just such a weird game. CIS really starting to excel in XP just because they aren't clustered up like this, and you're right, man. They've just completely conceded these outer towers. They've come to grips with the fact that all of them are going to die at one point or another, and they're going to try to just get pickoffs when they can. Now they're doing just that. Smoked up.
Oh, this is going to be the first time CIS look to go on the aggression for their own. They throw out the site smoke. They're going to try to catch him out. Nature's Prophet, the king of the mushrooms, pulled right back.
Ember Spirit coming in.
Finger. Yep, Ember shows up, see if he gets a bit of redemption, but knows that he will not be able to. Taken out too quickly, gets a fist off. AO is very low right now. Ooh, the jumping, can he get the second fist off? Runs right into the Lifestealer, gets kited back, open wounds, 290 over commits, and he will end up being taken down, and now June moves on to a killing spree. His eyes are potentially set here on the Darkseer. A few right clicks, and the meanwhile, Luffy manages to pick up a double kill on the backdrop right now, as we're going to go to a full committed fight right here. Lifestealer on the way out, pops the Rage and TP to get away.
Oh, he's out of here. Man, well, Orenda were able to pick up a couple return kills there on Luffy, so we'll see if this Lycan's able to bring this one back. He is going for BKB, but no, they go in on Inflame 290, trying to track him down. Not another Spirit available, so getting to the high ground might be enough to keep him safe. And that was actually a buyback on the Ember Spirit.
Oh, really? That's a bit of excess gold to kind of throw out there. During all that time, Black wasn't involved. He was just doing what he does best, farming down that bottom lane, already inheriting 2.3k gold for himself. We'll see if he decides to go straight for the rest of that shotgun. As you can see as well, Ocean was quickly picked up, and promptly so from Orenda. They finally grabbed the second one for themselves. I do believe... Sorry. Oh, who did they actually hand the Aegis over to this time?
Ember
It was on the ground. Okay, Ember, so not the ground this time, though, thankfully.
Yeah, and he is still building towards that BKB. It is going to be a little while, but man, I can't believe Black has. He did not touch a creep for like the first 6 minutes of the game, and now it's 20 minutes and he's got 120 last hits. It's amazing. What a player! And now there's the lasso in the mid lane, pulling 290 back. The Lich gonna try to do it, and down goes the Aegis for free.
Well, that was a quick Aegis.
Yeah, that didn't do much. That did not do very much. It did give them golden XP though, which honestly not to be discounted.
I think CIS know that this is looking more and more promising for themselves. Their precious Black farming on the sidelines. Morphling pulling it through him, and the Lifestealer leading the forefront now in net worth. Wasn't the same story, you know, at the 10-minute mark, but now things have changed, and if we get into like the 25 to 30-minute point, this is going to be very, very grim. Orenda are going to definitely have to pull out the rat tactics to try to take it back, and Ember Spirit actually taking out the Lifestealer. Apparently right over in the mid lane, just probably catching him out.
Yep, I grab him up. And now Luffy, he's on the hunt, almost done with that BKB. They want to grab their last tier 2 tower here. And it looks like
Nature's Prophet grabs the Book of Rat, by the way.
Yeah. I mean, to be expected. That's really where Orenda's going to fall back on now. I mean, they also got some pretty strong team fight as well, so... And really, oh my god, they just suicided. Oh my god,
scared
poor
little
HP.
man running away.
Wow, that was
That was a little careless.
Yeah, that was the definition of, well, our courier almost just died. That would have been really horrible. And Luffy has the BKB here. And nope, not a finished Battle Fury yet for 290, but he's almost there. So Orenda's recovered really nicely from this early... You know, sometimes you do these crazy tactics at the beginning and then it kind of just all falls apart. But they've done a really nice job transitioning this into a decently normal game of Dota.
Yeah, it hasn't fallen off as quick as some people would typically expect when you run some sort of crazy tactics like that. You know, Lycan definitely still holding his own here, grabbing that BKB, now has the much needed, survivability. We've seen in previous team fights, he's able to rip apart those supports very, very quickly. There's not anything they can do about it, especially now that he has the BKB. You're not going to be able to stop him from tearing him through it. Or if he even wants to like bulldoze down and try to dive in and try to take out the base as quickly as possible. But, now the ball's kind of back in Orenda's court here, and CIS are going to have to try to prolong things a little bit further.
I wonder if Orenda is just going to wait for another Roche here. Losing that Aegis early was very, very damaging for them. They're really counting on that to break the base. I don't think they can break the base without an Aegis. And honestly, they need a good team fight beforehand as well. So, we'll see. Nature's Prophet just continuing to pile creeps in the lanes, keep everything pushed out, and basically just try to choke CIS out of their farm. Unfortunately, Black is not really capable of not farming. He has 157 last hits. He is just continuing to manufacture gold for himself. That guy just prints money.
Oh yeah. True counterfeit genius right now. Wave forming in, taking lots of gold in there for himself. I already mentioned the Ethereal Blade now complete.
5-man smoke. Orenda. They decide they don't need an Aegis if they can just kill everyone beforehand, but it looks like CIS know this is happening. They've rotated away. They notice the map is completely empty, and they have to know that something is going on here. Orenda's still going to be going for this. And now they're going to run into AO, and they're swapping. Oh my god, he just melts. Now the Lifestealer are moving forward on 290. Luffy turns on the BKB, chases him down. They don't have any lockdown through that rage, unfortunately, but he is able to... Whoa, come on. There we go, he's going to get into the base now.
Very preemptive BKB, I would think, right there. I think they got a little too excited. They ran to the line, quickly swapped him and bursted him down, so good job on that. But once Lifestealer made an appearance, they quickly spazzed out. But now they're trying to make a go on him. Open wounds, but a nice save with the force stab there. Pushes him back, but he does promptly get taken down immediately. Black stepping through with all that necessary farm to make it happen. Nature's Prophet, in the meantime, trying to push focus forward on the tier 1 or 3 tower now in the bottom lane. But both teams still standing strong as they trade evenly. 1 for 1. Tower ends up going down. Necrobook doing serious work.
Black.
Swap back. Black in big trouble right now. Not much mana to work with. Ember Spirit moving back. Waveform right back up to the high ground to get away from this one. Long ball stun to catch on him. Can the support save Black? Lasso to come. They catch out the Lion, or Lion Lee. Rather, he ends up falling. Buyback coming out from the Lion. Bat holds the hill for now. Racks still stand.
Man. Well, they got the tower, but I think they were really looking for the racks there. Nice little set of pickoffs by Orenda as well. The Lion actually died twice in that fight. Poor little guy. Once at the very beginning and once at the end. But, I mean, you saw how much damage Black can do. This Lycan, with that BKB usage early, Black just destroyed him. He shot off the shotgun, went through with the waveform, and just took him down.
Yeah. The best case scenario for Orenda would have been being able to pick off Black, had a more successful Tift in the mid lane, had that BKB available, taken down the whole set of racks in the bottom lane. But because of that Tift earlier, putting out the BKB, it wasn't available, and Black being able to blast down the Lycan quickly, the fight ended up a little more even, and they only had to lose to tier 3.
I have to say, something that Orenda are very noticeably missing here is a really good CC to hold the Morphling in place so they can actually kill him. I mean, all they have is Magic Missile. Chains is okay, but it's not a hard stun, so he can just waveform. So, I mean, I don't know.
This is part of the reason why Black didn't even get a Lincoln Sphere.
Yeah,
I mean, he's moving right forward into Yasha. He's like, I don't have to worry about any of that. I don't have to worry about anyone stunning or locking me down or keeping me in place. I have plenty to work with. I'm elusive enough. We saw him in that, the bottom situation there. He managed to get away from what looked like a very dire situation. Crazy. But now he's like confident he can just build the damage.
Gets swapped back, and then he just waveforms straight up the hill. There was nothing to keep him there, so... Blink Dagger for Leonalee. The Vengeful Spirit picked up a Medallion as well, so just stacking physical damage. Now Nature's Prophet coming into this bottom lane, and it looks like time for take 2 for Orenda. They're going to march up the hill. Black continuing to farm up. Does have a TP scroll coming back immediately. They really can't afford to lose these rocks. His Lifestealer inside here. Looks like CIS might try to initiate, but that is an army of creeps. They're going to get mowed down by Firefly rather quickly. Down they go, and that's a lot of money for the Batrider. Interesting they're going for the melee barracks here. Since it regens, it's a little more dangerous. But now, Luffy, he's been hexed. He's dragged back. He goes down instantly. That is not what you want to happen to your Lycan. Black, he's taking a bunch of damage, but now morphing towards strength shouldn't be an issue. And wow, Lycan should not have died there. I mean, he died without using his BKB. He was way in front. And I think you need to lead the way with someone who actually can deal with that. or at least isn't that crucial to your strategy. If you lose your Lycan, you can't really push more.
Yep, and that's got to be, you know, morally defeating for him. That's the second time straight he did have to hand himself over. They're still on the hunt, actually. A very fast Lifestealer trying to catch up with the Darkseer. Darkseer, nice push, though, to get to the low ground. Illusion nearby as well, in case they decide to pick it up. And they will do so, but CIS still pretty content right now. The longer this goes, the more comfortable they get, and if they're actually managing to hold the base, hold the racks, which is Orenda, you know, that's still on the agenda. They're still trying to take that down, so they're seeing if third time will be the charm.
And they really have to get this melee barracks. Since they've gone for this one, since it's regenning, I mean, if they don't just move in and clear it out, it's just going to regen up to full health, and it doesn't take very long. I mean, it has 5 HP regen. That's pretty serious. Now, if they had gone for the range barracks, it would have been a bit easier. You don't have to rush it, because you know that eventually it's going to die. So, interesting choice by Orenda.
Yeah, well, I mean, of course, you know,
it gives you
taking down yeah, it gives you a big advantage if you get it, but you got to be able to get it. If you don't, and you're not going to be back to fight it again, you're going to have to start from scratch. And a lot of teams, you know, that can definitely be a problem. So it looks like that will probably be the case this time. When they make a go at it again, it will be at full life again. You know, hopefully this time around they'll have a little more damage to work with, you know, maybe better necrobooks, more of a mount, more convenience, but at the same time CIS will also have more farm for themselves. But once again, it's time for Roche, and this is going to be a cheese Roche. Yeah, this is going to be a chose.
Well, they're going to take that one down. Looks like it's going to go completely uncontested. Black still managing to find a lot of farm. And he is up to a Manta style, topping the net worth chart. But then there are 3 Orenda players, so this is a bit worrisome. Glancing over the net worth graphs, it's about a 10,000 gold lead for Orenda. Still a heavy experience lead for CIS, though. And with the way they've still been grouping up, not too unexpected. It's not like they have a heavy kill lead or anything to balance that out. And after smoking into Roshan, Orenda again going to be pushing down this bottom lane. But look, like you were saying, I mean, this Rax almost has full health again.
Yeah, the gold graph definitely in their favor still, just because they've taken so many towers, even more of the tier 3, while CIS still have a couple towers they could take down for themselves. Even the tier 1 in the bottom lane still stands. They're trying to make something happen in the top lane, but the push is going to continue on here on the bottom. Orenda and the full squad making a move forward. They know they want to get this Rax down.
Yeah, and they want this tier 2 top, but they cannot lose a Rax. Like, losing a Rax cuts off a lot of your farm, it cuts off, you know, a lot of map control, it makes it way harder because you just have to continually push out that lane. They can't afford to do that for a tier 2. And now, Orenda are moving in. Lifestealer blowing the infest early, we'll see if that's relevant, but now, Inflame moves in on Luffy. Again, he's going to get dragged back. Doesn't look like now he gets the BKB off swap as well. June getting right-click down, there is a vacuum. Lich ulti not doing too much, bouncing around. Black manages to get one, but down goes the Bat Rider. Multiple buybacks. Nature's Prophet has died as well. And whoop, 290. He is quite low, and now he backs up to his Spirit in the back. Luffy's still here, finally knocking down the tower. And after the buyback from the Nature's Prophet, he has moved right back in. We'll see if they can knock down Inflame here. It looks like they're content hitting the Rax as they are going to get it. So Rax secured, mission accomplished. Flame Break flying through. Luffy not dying, still has the cheese. So that went pretty well.
At this point, CIS, they're like, okay, fine, you know, you got a good hit in. Now we're fighting with a broken arm, you know, are we still going to be able to pull it out? Bat Rider actually going to get someone on the way out here, or he's looking for it. Nature's Prophet was already picked off, not looking to get it die-backed, and we'll be able to get away with the help of the Force Staff. But, you know, CIS is definitely still in this one. It does hinder their farm, as you said. They're not going to be able to inherit as much from this bottom lane, and now they always have to, contest this push aggressiveness, so... But Black, he's going to need more. They're going to need more damage. He did a nice job coming in from the back and catching out the Nature's Prophet and, you know, quickly taking him out the first time. But that's pretty much all he got accomplished in that fight.
Yeah, absolutely. And something I want to notice, I've just moused over it, but 290 still has the Aegis. Luffy still has the cheese. They did not lose very much getting that Rax.
Oh, yeah.
And now they're going to be able to continue with this aggression. I mean, if they still have the Aegis, they still have the cheese. It's go time. They're waiting for the last ulti to come up. It is the Darkseer wall. And they're going to be ready to move forward once again. And he's going for a book as well. This is not a surprise. They're just continuing the pressure, continuing the push. Oh, they just a little attempt to go on Black there, but it doesn't quite get the magic missile off. And that's book 3 for the Lycanthrope.
Unreal. This is something else, Greg.
This is Orenda Gaming, man.
Yeah, Orenda Gaming, man. Pulling out something we don't typically see on the Eastern scene with that really, really aggressive early game, and now forming forward into true rap potential like a Nature's Prophet and a and a lycanthrope do oh so well, and if you give them the opportunity to grab both heroes early in the draft, they're going to do what they do best. And actually, they're being caught out potentially. Bit of a CC. Io going to be caught in the end, though. The Necrobook just hitting so hard, that weak little support. He does end up falling, but they're looking to have more here. Catch back. Will he be able to get away in flame, hitting a lot of damage? The Ghost Scepter to fly. Nice vacuum in the wall. Catches him temporarily. He will end up falling in the end. Luffy picks up a killing spree. 3 already down. This is looking not good.
Orenda are going to win this game. They've just killed 4 heroes. They still haven't used Aegis. They still haven't used Cheese. I think Inflame like misblinked or something. He blinked into everyone and then just didn't do anything. Tried to get out of there, and then Black tried to salvage it. And Orenda, they're going to get Mega Creeps right here. This is the game.
This is it. Oh my god, this is it. Orenda Gaming jumping by Black. Nice little pick off to try to slow it down, but this is it. Look how quick this falls. Unreal. Unreal, racks are down. It's over. Sweet, delicious keys for the underdogs. Unbelievable.
Well, I mean, that's Mega Creeps. The game is pretty much over. I don't think there's any way that CIS can possibly win this now. Wow, what an unbelievable display from Orenda. Starting out with a quad lane. They've recovered and transitioned really nicely into traditional Rat Dota, pushing, and now there's just nothing left. I mean, the Lifestealer, honestly, the Lifestealer, I think, just did not have a huge impact on this game. He was farming very well, but he wasn't really able to do anything about this massive creep. Black, probably having the highest impact. He is 4-0. I mean, this is just crazy.
What's the over-under that Lycan or Nature's probably banned out?
Both of them are going to get banned out. There's no way.
One, if not both, are definitely not going to happen. I mean, just how Black plays his style of play, you know, he likes to farm it up. He likes to take it to the late game, but he was just hindered a bit early. He did get a lot of farm for himself. He's still in the forefront of net worth, but everyone else just didn't have as much to show for it, and everyone on Orenda just came together and bulldozed through the whole game and took the whole base. CIS, though, feeling pretty confident trying to farm it out. I mean, Batrider's Firefly can, you know, stop some pushes, but I don't know, man.
They're hanging on by a thread now. Like,
yeah.
All Orenda have to do is kind of like tap them, and they're just gonna die. Full smoke up. This is gonna be the killing blow. And we'll see if somehow CIS can muster a defense here, but I expect that this is gonna be the end of the game here. The Aegis is gonna fall. Man, what like a weird game.
They're a big cluster ball of push dominance, and even the Lich ultimate doesn't even know what to do. It's just all over the place. Now they're going for the final blow.
Oh my god, they're going to try to bring down this Lifestealer before anything even happens, and Luffy going to be able to do it. Rage or no range now. He's tracking down Black. Lich ulti is sailing through on the other side of the fight. Black able to bring down the Lycan, but unfortunately, 290. Sleight of Fists, and he's going to be fine, but tier 4 towers are dying. Jesus Christ.
That 3 Necrobook Dota.
Triple kill for Black, but your base though. I mean, double
nice
buyback.
Base though, Black.
Now he's just gonna try to get out of here. Flame Break's gonna stop him. He's gonna go down. Ultra kill for Black, but unfortunately his throne is dying.
There's no coming back from this. I mean, from here you just go Super Rat, Master Splinter Rat, but
Rampage for Black.
Nice guy, Black, handing out the items before it's over.
Like, the Rex is at a 3rd HP. Oh, man. What a game. What a game. Black just padding the fantasy points.
How are you going to do this? You got Nature's Prophet, now he's already in there. TP, he's like, we got to end this right now.
This is going to be the end. Yeah.
South of Treons. Flame Break, they're going to make them sweat for it, but they get it in the end. Unbelievable. The underdogs, the unknown crew of Orenda, take it to CIS, and with unorthodox strats, take the first win in this 2-game series.
You know, I can't say I've ever seen quad lane Dota win, but definitely worked that time. I mean, man, what a display from Orenda. An unorthodox strategy, and you know, we'll just have to see what they do in the next game, because this is certainly not going to happen again. There's going to be some very targeted bans here to dismantle this strategy. There's no way they're going to let this happen again, or if they do, they're going to completely pick around it. But, well, man, what a game. I can't believe that. Well, I'm What Is Hip. Find me on Twitter at WhatIsHipTV, and with me tonight is Coddle Guy. giving you the WPC World Esports Classic. So hope you guys have been enjoying. We'll be back here for game number 2 of Orenda vs. CIS in just a couple of minutes.